Welcome back to my Mental Health and Crime channel. My name is Huda London. This is for entertainment purpose only. This is the case of the Idaho quadruple murders. May the 4 victims rest in peace. Condolence to their families. May the correct justice be served. Today I wanted to go through a bit of evidence that they found in the beginning, like the knife sheet and the pictures the forensic team were taking. And while I was searching for some pictures, I came across 2 posts of PAPPA ROGERS that I found very interesting. This was on the 30th of November, 2022. He wrote, "Of the evidence released, the murder weapon has been consistent as a large fixed blade knife. This leads me to believe they found the sheet. This evidence was released prior to the autopsies." How would he know about the knife sheet? The knife sheet wasn't mentioned to the 5th of January, 2023. So who was PAPPA ROGERS? This is another post he put up. He said, "I believe the killers with an S came from the high side of the house. They were covered in red liquid after the attack." And this is what PAPPA ROGERS wrote on the 1st of December 2022. "This is on the high side of the house. They found evidence here. It is likely blood dripping from the killers, with the S again. Either they fled through this area or they were parked there. This being the most strategic entrance point to the house, it shows planning." PAPPA ROGERS was always busy playing quiz games with the people on Twitter and Reddit or wherever he was on social media. Could PAPPA ROGERS have been one of the suspects involved? Because I believe there was more than one suspect. And how would he have known all this information on the 1st of December and on the 30th of November, especially the knife sheet? I wonder what the detectives are gathering, or what did they find? They widened the crime scene. They made it much broader. I honestly believe something could have happened either in front of the house, inside the house, or Queen's apartments. The parking place is huge. How would PAPPA ROGERS have known on the 30th of November that there was a knife sheet that was left behind? Why does PAPPA ROGERS always write killers with the S? Is he trying to lead us astray? This is Maddie's room. Madison's bedroom has only one single bed. And if Kaylee and Maddie were found on the same bed, I wonder why Kaylee and Maddie didn't decide to use Kaylee's bed, because Kaylee has a double bed and a bigger room. Although it was said that Kaylee packed up and left, she didn't pack up completely. Her bed had bed sheets and duvet and pillows. You could clearly see that. Could the girls have heard some noise? Or were they afraid to sleep in Kaylee's room because Kaylee's room, her sliding door is facing the behind of the house? Or did Kaylee hear something from the downstairs? And did she run to Maddie's room to warn Maddie? There was a handprint, one of the 3 unidentified male DNAs found on the Good Vibes picture, but I believe it was the Good Vibes picture in the living room. So this is what Maddie, may she rest in peace, all 4 victims rest in peace, his room looked like. It was quite small. They wouldn't have had a chance to escape. Poor girls. That is Kaylee's bedroom, and a bed was in a bedroom. It didn't look like Kaylee packed up completely to leave. So Kaylee had the king-size bed. Why were they sleeping in the smaller room? This is the kitchen door. I wonder if the fight started from the kitchen upwards. Was this some other smudges? I think this officer is trying to check into Bethany Funke's room to see what she could have seen if she saw the suspect. Seems that way. There's exculpatory evidence, I guess. Her curtains are transparent on the smaller window, so I believe she could have seen something. If Brian Koberger did this crime and he was driving, wouldn't it be most likely that he would have tried to go from the sliding door, like DM said, and he could have climbed the higher part of the hill to get to Queen's parking place? I don't think Brian Christopher Koberger would have taken the risk to have come in front of the house and go around the house. If he goes in front of BF, his bedroom, she would have noticed that. And let's not forget they're saying that Brian Christopher Koberger is a peeping Tom. If that was the case, he would have known exactly that BF lives in the first floor. Could it be possible that BF saw the Sigma Chi boys, allegedly, or someone else running? Because it was busy in Banfield. We had 4 figures running. Could BF have seen the 4 figures running? Allegedly. Pay attention to the forensic team. She's wiping her nose. She doesn't have on a mask, although she has the blue medical gloves on. She doesn't have a hairnet on. Nothing. The forensic team took that swab near that Good Vibes picture, that frame. And let's not forget, one of the unidentified male DNAs was found on the Good Vibes frame. according to Inside Edition, a New York Post. I wonder if the poor students got attacked inside the house. Could it be possible that E and Xana were in the living room chilling, like her father said, like Xana's father said? And someone could have just come from the sliding door. Somebody could have forgot to lock it. Maybe somebody let someone in and forgot to lock it. That is the good vibes picture that they're taking DNA swab evidence of. And you can see the fingerprints. What happened to the 3 unidentified male DNAs? Can't be a mystery. If it went to the lab should be able to send the results back to the prosecutor. Doesn't make sense. Those 3 unidentified male DNAs were extremely crucial and important. Otherwise, why else would they have mentioned that? Why mention something if it's not important? This picture is frozen in time. Look at the door and you can see that something horrific happened there. Why did Kaylee and Maddie need to call Adam? They were already in the corner club talking to Adam at 1:25. Her sister said it was a power call, but I don't think so. I really believe they're calling Jack D for help. Or maybe for an alibi. Jack D didn't call Kaylee and Maddie's parents the next day. Find that strange. He's a family friend of the families for 5 years. Wouldn't that the first thing he should have done? Isn't that supposed to be the first thing? So Adam knows Jack Showalter. And Jack D's there too, with Kaylee and Maddie. What was so important for the girls to have called Jack D that night? From 2:26 to 2:52 at night. 10 times on the whole. That isn't power calling. That's from 2 separate phone devices. Did the girls send something? Did the girls see something? Did they hear something that they thought they needed to explain to Jack D? Was there misunderstanding? What could it have been? Wasn't that the black coat Maddie was wearing that was found in the bushes?
New details in the murder mystery that's rattled the small town of Moscow, Idaho. Police now revealing that before a 911 call was made, the two surviving roommates of a deadly rampage that killed 4 students summoned friends to the off-campus home near the University of Idaho, telling authorities they thought someone on the 2nd floor had, quote, passed out and was not waking up.
They woke up later in the morning. They recognized that something was amiss as far as they believed that the roommate wouldn't wake up.
Police say multiple people spoke with the 911 dispatcher before an officer arrived. Detectives do not believe they were involved.
I haven't seen the scene, and I'm not exactly sure what they saw in the morning. But what we believe we know is that when they woke up, they believed that the roommate was still passed out, wasn't responding.
Police scouring the area for evidence as they try to uncover what happened to Kaylee Gonzalez, Madison Mogan, Shauna Kernodle, and Shauna's boyfriend, Ethan Chapin. Police confirming he is not a suspect. This chilling video shows some of Kaylee and Madison's last moments ordering at a food truck before heading home in a rideshare. Police believe the driver was not involved either. Police stated that this appears to be a targeted attack with no signs of forced entry into the home. Out of an abundance of caution, the University of Idaho says they've stepped up security patrols on campus since the murders. Idaho State Police also increasing their presence on campus.
There was no forced entry, and many people knew the code, the PIN code or passcode, to get into the entrance from the first floor, from the front of the house. And the front door was wide open, was left wide open at 8:30 a.m. when a neighbor was on his way to work. So who left the house and left from the front door? Did they use the same way to get inside the house? And I wonder how many people have the front code. In this college, how many people have this front code? These were all the calls made to Moscow, Idaho police from the 13th of November to the 27th of November. People were on the edge.
Eerie feeling. Moscow just doesn't feel the same right now.
Just feel better till they have somebody apprehended.
Moscow not